For this part, a level of stress in simple words is demonstrated, although it is artificial. To learn level of stress in installation, it helps us to see level of stress more clearly than look at them in context and connect it. For example, the words about the stress fall on the second syllable and the first syllable is perceived as a weak syllable. To this, we can hear about louder in duration and higher in pitch. Stress in English words can be divided into three level distinction, which are primary stress, secondary stress, and unstress. Number 1. Primary stress. The loudest and longest syllable in the words, with a very noticeable change in speed on the vowel. In one syllable word, such one syllable has primary stress. Example, blue and tan. Number 2. Secondary stress. They are the syllable in which are stressed, but not as much the primary stress. So the long and long with a turn in place, but not as loud or as long as the syllable that gets primary stress. The change in speed on the vowel is not quite as noticeable. Example, despair. Number 3. Unstressed syllable. Syllables that have no stress also we just trust them and shorten the vowels until it's almost completed again. Example, prepare. Unstressed means the action of permission or in other words, the action of loudness, length or duration and pitch height. There is no marks for unstressed.
But syllable stress. The way we stress syllables creates the rhythm of English. In a previous lesson, I explained that rhythm is the #1 reason that most non-native speakers are not easily understood. It's because the human ear is accustomed to a certain rhythm and timing. And when we don't get the rhythm and timing that we expect, we notice and we get confused. And this interferes with comprehension. If you haven't watched that lesson, I'll post a link below this video so you can get caught up. But if you have watched that lesson, we're going to build on the information that we've already covered. We're going to talk about the 3 levels of stress, and whether you are a student or a teacher of the American accent or English pronunciation, this concept will help you or your student be easily understood in any situation. And that's the goal of accent training, right? To be easily understood and to make communication simple. So let's get started. We're talking about the 3 levels of stress: primary, secondary, and completely unstressed syllables.
A simple word form is a symbol or derivative form may have a primary stress on the initial syllable, the middle syllable or the final syllable, depending on which words class it is and which components combines with. In most two-syllable nouns and adjectives, the primary stress falls on the first syllable. The penultimate, as in happy, clever, present, increase. Native English nouns and adjectives have 2 syllables take the penultimate stress, whereas the main stress of 2 syllables verbs is ultimate. This rule always true for verbs ending in ate, such as create, donate, relate, and vibrate. Word ending IC, TION, SION have a penultimate stress such as economic. Conversion word ending in CY, TY, FAY, GY, and ATE. Take the anti-penultimate stress such as democracy, technology, practicality, photography, and geology. The words is true for polysyboric verbs and adjectives ending ate, such as graduate, estimate, accumulate, fortunate. Finally, many surfaces take the primary stress on themselves. Therefore, the words does have the following endings typically take the ultimate stress. AIN, entertain, EER, volunteer, ETTE, kitchenette, IQUE, or ESQUE, picturesque, EE, refugee, OON, balloon, cotton, marrant.
Hi everybody, and today we're going to talk about the pronunciation of compound words. Now, there are so many compound words in English. So let's look at a few. Here we go. And the first of all, let's look at the grammar behind this. Written from one word. The word separated by a space and with hyphen. We can have single words like sunglasses. We will take two words and put it together. There are lots of words like this in English. We can also have a hyphenated word. That is called a hyphen. So African American or really common combination in English. We can also have two words that are separate like they are apart, they're not together. So, can have a noun and a noun like airplane, and a noun and a verb like babysit. We were not sitting on babysit. It is actually when you take care of a baby, or that's not right. And yeah, like to pay someone's. Word was adjective and noun like white boss. And now, when its primary state placed on the first constituent was also compound and went on the second. The text of the first element compound of two noun. Example, typewritten, carefully. Sunrise suitcase, tea class. It is safe to assume that normally the other compound also fall in this way. However, a variety of compound the second element. State on the second element compound with first element adjective for second element. There is most film. Example, bad tempers, has tempers, heavy-handed. Compound with first element number. Example, three wearer. Second class, 5 finger. Compound fastening as at first. Example, head first. Now is downstream. Compound fastening as verb. First element at first barrel. Example, downwards. Back barrel. Use this.
Hello everyone, now we learn how to use weak form and strong form. As you know, in English, there are certain words that can be pronounced in two ways, known as weak form and strong form. Let's get started with weak form. It is often that people use weak form when you speak English. Use form in use in the fast speech. When people speak really fast and they are making a conversation with friend, relative, or when they are talking about the routine, the hobby, or the family topic they already know, and so they use faster speed because it is normal. You know, faster speed make people sound natural, so you already know weak form is used in faster speech. And how about strong form? Yeah, strong form is only used when you are carefully explain when you want to explain something that is really new to use or difficult to explain, so you have to use strong form. And strong form is in slowly speech. We cannot speak fast because we want people understand what we want to say or what we want them to do. And now I will show you some words that have two forms, strong form and weak form. Here are the verbs called auxiliary verb, and this is weak form and strong form. So we study about how to pronounce them. The word are in strong form be pronounced are, and weak form pronounced are. The word is in strong form we pronounce is, and weak form we pronounce s or s. For strong form and for weak form. Was for strong and worse for weak. Were for strong and were for weak. Do for strong form and do or do for weak form. Does for strong form and does for weak form. Have for strong form and have or of for weak form.
The first one is unstressed, it's in its weak form, de. The second one is stressed, and it's its full form, do. And I'm going to say the sentence out naturally now, and hopefully you can hear it. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do? What do? It's an incredibly short little d sound, but the second one, what do you want to do, is stressed in its full form.
Hi everyone, what is a stress? Stress is very important for the English pronunciation. There are many different titles of stress in English, and stress is used in many different ways. But wait a minute, what is a stress? Stress means that you pronounce some syllable more strongly than other. Pronouncing sentence such as correctly will make a big difference to the English pronunciation. You will immediately sound clean and more mature when you speak English. We are changing classroom because this one too small. How to summarize? Usually the words that are stressed in English are therefore nouns main verbs. Here is a list of words to stress in an English sentence. Nouns, verb, adverb, adjective, and therefore words that are usually not stressed are article, preposition, conjunction.
So first of all, what do we even mean by sentence stress? Now that is really the pattern of stressed and unstressed syllables in a language. And for us, we want to have a look at English. Now, if some syllables are more stressed than others, then obviously that will create a certain rhythm and beat of a spoken language. And so it's quite interesting to find out, well, which words are stressed and which words are not stressed and why. And hopefully that's what we're going to find out today. But before we start, I just want to remind us again what stress really means, okay? So when a syllable is stressed, that means that it's usually said a little bit louder and a little bit longer. And that obviously would make it also easier to hear and understand, so it's a bit clearer. Now there is also a change in pitch, but we're not going to get into too much detail. I think let's keep it simple and just remember that when you stress a syllable, it becomes louder and slightly longer, okay? And there's a difference between word stress and sentence stress. So word stress is determining which syllable within a word is stressed. So we have the word photo here, and photo consists of 2 syllables, but only the first one is stressed. We say photo. Okay, if you're not sure about word stress, then watch my other video. I'm going to link to it in the comment section. And then sentence stress really means which words within a sentence or an utterance are stressed. So I put the word photo in the sentence for you, and we've got, I took a photo of it. So took and photo are the main words that are stressed in the sentence. I took a photo of it. You can actually hear it. They're a little bit louder and a little bit longer than the other syllables. Now,